You write in the book at one point that the posturing from elites, which is in a way what you're talking about, was crazy making for millions of Americans. To what degree do you think that backlash moment you're describing is really kind of the media's fault?
I mean, I wonder if I could ask you the degree to which you think media, especially from elite institutions like the New York Times, really shapes the national culture. I know that there's a tendency for people who work in media to feel that it's very consequential. And I wonder if you just come to this conversation with a deep skepticism of that. I wonder if Max does too.
My personal view is that people vastly overrate in 2025 the importance of what's covered on NBC News. I think that the New York Times shapes elite opinion on the left. Most mainstream media institutions, at least now, have a lot less influence on the broad public. If they had more influence, Trump wouldn't have won the second time.
Yeah, I mean, I was at the Times during that summer of 2020 that you write about. I think I, did a story about James's firing. My experience of it at the time was really that, like, the Times newsroom was just part of a culture of, like, kind of every institution and every company sort of pivoting around these values, and probably wasn't that different from being inside, like, PepsiCo, or like Kraft. Like, any big company was, like, having meetings about, sort of racial reckonings. It's just that the Times and media, it plays out in this very public way and becomes a symbol of the changes. I tend to underestimate the reaction to media. It's like media's influence is understated, but its symbolic role in politics, I think, is not understated. I mean, it's huge right now. But now, anyway, it's your turn to answer the question. You made us let you stall.
No, I just really wanted to know, because I think you might be more skeptical than me, but I tend to come down closer to what you just said, Ben. I think that elite institutions really matter, even when people don't necessarily pay attention to them day in and day out. I think they shape the atmosphere. And I think that, a lot of people have really been impressed, let's call it impressed, by the degree to which people hate universities and hate journalists and hate the New York Times. And what Elon Musk was able to tap into when he took Twitter away from the elites and gave it to the people, and turned, like, verification on its head and just made an absolute joke out of what it meant to have a blue check. How many people really liked that, how well that played in large swaths of the country. Even if the Times can't influence you to vote for Kamala Harris or Hillary Clinton, I think it was extraordinarily powerful in motivating people to vote for Donald Trump and move into that camp.
Yeah, it's remarkable, right? The media has, like, no power over the people who like it, but enormous resonance with those who hate it.